Szoboszlai played further back than usual in the national team. And what did you say to the players at the halftime?
That the decision to play with Dominic in the middle of the pitch was mine, because I was convinced that thanks to him in this position and Gazdak up front, we could even have more option to play each other, to play under the technical point of view, but was not tonight the right night because of the pitch, first of all. That was not the best, of course, because of us, because of our approach to the match. We almost miss the first half. We conceded too many spaces to them to run, and at the end they scored 2 goals. They deserve also to score 2 goals in the first half. Then, of course, we made some changes. The changes in the second half were really working well, was clear. The match totally changed, despite the fact that they were much more, how can I say, under the physical aspect. We suffer a bit their physicality, you know, they kick many times the ball high, and they went to the second. Sometimes we had problem in this, but this from the beginning of the match. We had to understand before that we must alternate the ball between the lines with the ball behind the lines. In the second half we did well, and we break them many times. We had many opportunity also to score more goals. But of course, after the first half, we cannot complain, and we must understand that till you are not sure, but I said before, after the match against Serbs, that we need to step more forward. One, we did tonight. Of course, we are not happy because we would like to close the speech about the qualifiers tonight. But just like I said before, and I repeat now, we are not a squad of phenomenons. We are a squad with youngs that has to improve, learn step by step. And we are absolutely in a good, very good track, in a very good improving process, but you cannot think that you have to improve always in this way. Sometimes you have to stop, to breathe, to restart. And I hope that against Bulgaria we can restart well. I say essentially that we had to vary our style of keeping the ball, our style of playing. I say to Dominic to stay more on the 10 position on our left side, because it was more working for us. And of course, it was clear that Dominic in our team is an important player if we are able to keep him nearer to the opponent goal. But I don't think that this was the reason because we approached in this way the first half. All the squad, if I had to change after the first half, watching at the performances, I could change 7 or 8 players. But then in the second, only changing a couple of them, we could change also the match.
További kérdés? Bence, parancsolj.
Good evening, Marco. Marco, what does it tell you about your players' mental strength that after the first half they were able to produce such a second half?
Oh, this team, I said also 3 days ago after Serbia, this team is a team that is every time playing with all the energy, all the efforts that is possible to produce in a football pitch. Then sometimes can happen that, like tonight in the first half, many of them were not in the best of their evening, And at the end, the opponent did really well because they were really aggressive, they press high, they used their physicality. And so we had this kind of first half. But regarding the mentality, the idea, the wish to never give up, I think that this is a clear aspect of our team.
További kérdés van-e még?
What did Lithuania did that well in the first half that your team conceded 2 and scored 0?
Oh, I don't understand.
What did Lithuania did that well that went to the halftime leading 2-0?
Which was the reason? Because Lithuania was...
What was the thing that Lithuania did very well?
What they did really well was to press us up. We can say they were constantly pressing in ultra-offensive pressing. We didn't understood that in the moment in which they came so high in the pitch, moving up also the defensive line, because you cannot make an ultra-offensive pressing, keeping the line back, moving up the line. In that moment, instead of following on playing between the lines with players, our players, that were always advanced or many times advanced and we lost the ball, from that situation, they started playing vertical in the open space that we left, and this was the main reason. But of course, I'm not the kind of person that is looking for alibi. I decided this starting 11 that all in all, change in one man. Compared to the starting 11 against Serbia, we changed only one man. We changed the position of Dominic. I don't think that this is the main reason of the first half, but I take the responsibility of this decision for sure. And in the future, probably, I will not make another kind of mistakes like this.
Van-e még kérdés, Zalán?
Bodnár Zalán nemzeti sporttól, hogy a szerbek ellen öröm volt látni Négó és Sallai összjátékát, hogy kémia volt közöttük a jobb oldalon, gólpaszt adott Négó Sallainak, aztán az első gól előtt Sallai szöktette Négót. Hogyha elől átvariálta a csapatot, mi az oka annak, hogy Sallai átkerült a bal oldalra, és Gazdag Dani a jobb oldalon maradt Négó, mert nem lett volna jobb a Sallai-Négó összjátékot megtartani?
Our tens are free to move in the pitch. Between left, right, they will decide. Our style of playing is clear and is done by role, not position. So it's depending on what they felt during the first half. Of course, we gave indication, but not always they could follow this kind of indication. In the second half, we were strict in saying to Dominic to stay on the left. What was the key, according to me, between the others, was also to move Rossi in the fourth position on the side, and he broke their line, I think, 4 or 5 times. He produced the penalty, and then I don't know many times he created situation of goal. He was also unlucky in a couple of situations. Loic, on the other end, tonight was not so brilliant like before. And this is, I think that mainly the reason is regarding the level of the performances of the players. We cannot know before which kind of performances they could do. But for instance, tonight, the 3 defenders in overall, they were between the best in the pitch. So we were many of us were really worried about the fact that we could miss Willi. For sure, Willi is a player that you always miss. It's normal. But also tonight, the 3 defenders did well. And they were absolutely between the best in the pitch.
Tehát a tízeseink ugye szabadon mozoghatnak, nincsenek megkötve, lehetnek jobb oldalt, bal oldalt, stb. Ugye ma az volt az elképzelés, hogy bizonyos fajta tanácsokat, ötleteket adtak a szakmai stáb részéről a játékosoknak, a különböző vonalak közötti mozgásra, egyebekre vonatkozóan, de alapvetően ők ugye szabadon mozoghatnak úgy, ahogy azt jónak érzik, és az is tény mindezek mellett, hogy a Loik azért nem játszott olyan fényesen, mint a legutóbbi mérkőzésen. Ezt is el kell ismerni. A három védőnket viszont kiemelni mindenképp. A Márkó azt gondolja, hogy a mai mérkőzésen a legjobbak között voltak mindenféleképpen, mind a hárman. Köszönjük szépen, jó utat hazafele, vigyázzatok magatokra!